Okay, so what's the difference between a genuine XIAOMI scooter, XIAOMI MI scooter, XIAOMI MI Pro scooter, and a cheaper scooter? In this case, a Vici, V-I-C-I, V-I-C-I-I scooter, Vicky scooter, Vicky, don't know how you pronounce it. Similar to sort of like AOVO, although it's just slightly better quality than AOVO. AOVOs are pretty terrible. This is a bit better than one of those, but you know, it's not as good as the XIAOMI. Here we have a very beat up XIAOMI MI M365 Pro, and the idea was possibly to take the battery out, but the track on this scooter, where the battery fits, is just too narrow, so that's not going to happen. So that means you can't upgrade the battery to a genuine one. Well, here we have the Vicky Battery, the cheaper battery. Now, this is pretty much how I found it. This had been jumped up curves and things like that. Do not jump your city scooter, be it AOVO or XIAOMI or any other, or Vicky or any other brand like that. They're not meant for jumping or stunting. As you can see, it snapped the mounts off the battery, and the casing was pretty much peeling off as well. And inside the scooter is aluminium, so you do not want to have this outer edge making contact with the aluminium in the scooter, or you end up with a barbecue, to say the least. These are Chinese cells, 2,500 milliamps. In here, this is a 12, basically a 13 milliamp hour, a 13,000 milliamp hour, 13 amp hour battery, 474 watt hours, and it's protected in this aluminium encasement. Again, still don't jump it. This is much tougher than this, a lot tougher. You've got waterproofing in here as well. This just has the plastic sheath around the outside. But yeah, this is far better, much better battery than this one. This one uses a generic controller. You can get these from anywhere. The wires are not really like joined together, so if you knock them, they might come apart. This controller has the wires integrated into it, as you can see, with proper connectors. You actually have to remove with some force. Likewise, it is a better quality controller in there. I believe this one's running pure sine wave. I'm not totally sure on that, but this one is definitely square wave. Basically what that means is it's much less efficient. This one you can hear it. These you can hear. They sound different typically to the genuine ones, and that's because it's a square wave, not a pure sine wave controller. As for brakes, on the other hand, the XIAOMI is still using pretty cheap brakes. This is also using pretty cheap brakes. Super brake, well, they're really not, but these are used on some cheaper like Walmart bikes and stuff like that, JAK super brakes. So brake wise, they're pretty similar. These usually come with inflatable tyres, which obviously are a no-go. Nowadays come with better tyres. Someone has flat spotted this one, as you can clearly see. So the XIAOMI, the main difference really is the battery and the fact you can hack the firmware on these. You can hack the firmware to make it go much faster. The motors are very similar. They're both 300 watt units. Some claim to be 300 watts, but typically they're all the same unit. They might be operating them differently with the controller, so they might be putting more power to the motor continuously, so it's fudging the rating, so to speak. It won't overheat because they are built so tough. I mean, I've done videos. I modified one of these, had 45 mile an hour out of it, and it done wheel spins at about 30. So the motors are rock solid on both the genuine and the non-genuine scooter. The only brand I'd say stay away from is AOVO. AOVO is just, in my personal opinion, awful. You know, it's just one of those. It's so cheap that it's the battery again. If you're not worried about the battery or the battery replacement, you're willing to do that, fine. But you've got to do it straight away, really, because they are so cheap and nasty. I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them. But the genuine XIAOMI scooters are obviously really good, but quite expensive. The price just keeps going up and up and up, like everything else. This Vicky scooter seems okay. There's another one called Ola, which was okay as well. There was the Dot Green ESA 5000, that was okay as well. But yeah, basically that's the difference here. And the reason this base plate's totally smashed to pieces is because someone had been grinding this and they'd actually totally destroyed all the screws. It's damaged a few of the threads as well. But yeah, don't want to buy a XIAOMI battery. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, we'll probably get that one going again, but for the moment I want a battery for this one. That's the main event for today. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching.